Hello, good evening. Thank you for being in our January Rad Zoom. We will have two official Zooms this month because we are goal setting. So first we are going to do a vision casting for our goal setting. It's in 3 parts. And then after everybody has their stuff set and knows what their 3 parts are and what they're going to focus on and how to achieve that, we will do our vision boards together, crafty time, which is my favorite. So I want to first start off. I know Jillian's team is here, so welcome. And this may or may not make sense to you. But I wanted to really fast, first of all, people going to Portland Super Saturday. I learned these techniques from Keyshawn, who is in Market Council, and she did a Zoom thing. And I stayed the weekend with Rachel Ball, who is on the Market Council and helps run and host Super Saturday. So I know a lot of you on my team will be at the Portland, Oregon one this weekend with Chris. Boop, 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 boop. Also, if you are in Portland and you don't have your ticket yet, please get a ticket. And we just found out that Kimberly Harrow West on our team is in the running to be on stage with Chris during his workout. So if you haven't purchased your ticket and you would like to refer Kimberly to help her get on stage, that would be really, really amazing. But what I wanted to say is Rachel is going to use this same script that we wrote this weekend. So this will be a refresher, and then you'll have a whole nother jam, which will be actually really fun because I feel like I've gone over this a lot and I'm still like learning and rewriting my goals. So it won't be like boring or anything. I just wanted to let you know because you'll be like, wow, I feel like I just heard this, and you will. So, and before we get started as well, I also wanted to say, oh, I am freezing. Can y'all still hear me? No? Yes. Okay. Just kind of. I'm like a robot. Why is it doing that again? Thought I fixed that all today. If I have to pop on, I will. I just looked like once I figured I was here. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can turn off some shit. Maybe that'll work. Still being weird. Okay, can you hear me, or should I end and come back?
I don't think they can hear you.
I don't think they can hear me. Okay, I am gonna end the meeting and come back.
I hear you.
You're okay.
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I needed somebody. I saw nothing, so I was like, maybe they can't. Okay.
Put my earphones on. Yeah, no, I could hear you.
Okay, perfect.
I was muted.
Okay. Well, they can always unmute themselves, so that's why. But like nobody even shook a head, so I was like, okay, sweet. Okay. Then we'll get started. All right. For y'all watching the recording, sorry about that hiccup. Real life technology is not my thing. So I got a lot of messages from you guys today, and that's because you're really sweet, and I really appreciate you and this community. But no, we did not hit Elite this year. And as you know, we were pushing, but we missed it for our 3rd year, but we got it the last 2, which is really amazing. And I just wanted to let you know that because I am at total peace with it. And it takes a full team, and it wasn't in the cards for us this year. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. We accomplished so many other things, and my focus was on a lot of personal development and working with you guys one-on-one. I did a lot more one-on-one Zooms this year, a lot of group chats. I'm doing this new Coach Pod with Jillian that's really awesome. And I feel like I want you to know that as we go into goal setting, because if you missed certain goals you made for yourself or your team this year, that does not mean you should scale back on your goals this coming year. You know, we accomplished so many things, and I feel like it's because I was dreaming big and working really hard towards those big goals. And so I hit other things along the way that maybe I wouldn't have if I scaled down my goals because of fear. So going into this, thinking about this, personal development is huge with this. And you have to dream big to get big and do big. Like, you just have to. So everybody's goals are different. I'm going to give my examples so you can see tonight. That doesn't mean you need to have that same goal at all. I just want you to know that, like, don't ever feel guilty or like, oh no, that's too crazy and too hard. Like, get out of your own damn head and reach for the stars, because you deserve it. If you don't get it, somebody else is gonna. Why don't you deserve it? Why doesn't your family deserve it? You know, why don't your kids deserve it? They do. So it's enough of that. I'll get off that soapbox, but I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, so we're doing vision casting, and it is based on the training that I learned from Keyshawn, who I believe is in the East region. She is not my mentor. She came and did a guest Zoom on goal setting, and I really liked this because it's very tangible and very doable, and I like stuff broken down, because I think goals can be really like overwhelming, and you're like, I want, a house. Great. Why do you want that house? Where does that fit in your vision? What are you doing to get that house? Things like that. So it's a 3-phase exercise. It'll give us a little chance to reflect on 2017 and then to begin to plan for, this new year, because we're in it. Today is the 4th. Woo! Anybody can do this, and I really encourage you guys to take this and teach it to other people too. I am doing this with Jaden and his best friend as well. Obviously, I will be breaking it down into 9-year-old speak, but I think it's really important for him to focus on goals as well and dream big. And I'm starting that now with him, and I'm really excited about it. In fact, I was just telling Mackenzie that I was doing that because she's taking her daughter to Super Saturday, and she was like, do you think you'll enjoy it? And I was like, oh my gosh, Chris Downing is going to be there. I think it would be amazing for her. And I think it's really good, especially for young girls in this day and age, to be able to, see those visions and those goals and know they're worth it and know to work for it and that they can do it. So this training is based on principles from 3 books. It is from the 12th Week Year, Think and Grow Rich, and Write It Down and Make It Happen, Knowing What You Want and Getting It. So it's like a big headline and a little headline. I will post those. I can also share these notes. And I just ordered the Write It Down, Make It Happen book. I have read the other 2. 12th Week Year, by far one of the best books I read in 2017. So I'm going to ask you questions that are going to make you think. They're going to allow you to tap into what you really want for yourself this year and how you're going to accomplish your vision. If you haven't begun to think about a vision and a mission for yourselves or for your team, I really, really want you to. If you have, can you raise your hand? Awesome. Get it, girls. Oh my God, I want Jen Brandt's wine. Okay, side note. So we are going to break the goals down into 3 different ways. We have our joy goals, our personal goals, and our Beachbody coaching goals. Some of your goals may intertwine and overlap, because that is okay. Oh yeah, girl. I'm always terrified to set goals, and I've been doing this for 4 years. So I just saw somebody say, is anyone else terrified? Yeah. And it should be scary. If it's not scary, your goals aren't big enough. It should make you want to vomit. Because we always say, let's puke or puke together or stuff like that. I think it was Josh Coates that's the puke one. So definitely you should be able to. Every time I talk to Carissa about her goals, she cries. And it is awesome. And it makes me cry because it means they mean something to her, and she's going to work her butt off to get to them. And she does. She works really hard. So we're going to begin with joy goals. Joy goals are what is going to keep you going, what makes you feel joy, makes your heart smile, and makes you just get all the feels when you think of your joy goals. We're going to break down each of these types of goals into different phases. So 3 phases. So 3 goals, 3 phases, everything's in 3s. On the top of your page, I want you to write down joy goals with an underline, and then number your page 1 to 4. So we're moving into 4, not just 3. Okay, I want you to close your eyes for a moment And I want you to really visualize what brings you joy, what makes you happy. I want you to visualize that. I want you to see it. It's tangible. You see colors. You see the things. And while you have your eyes closed, I'm going to share some examples of joy goals. So Keyshawn's joy goal was to work with children with disabilities and make time for that every month and give money for that. That makes her heart explode. My joy goals are, I want to pay for a domestic violence shelter for Hood River Helping Hands. That has been a goal of mine for a long time. I do donate it to it every month. That is something I started doing when I started having extra income from coaching. And I've been able to increase that amount, which always makes me just super duper happy. And then I really want to build them a new shelter. Their shelter is way too small. And that town and domestic violence have a place in my heart. And that gives me all the joy to be able to help those women and men that suffer from that. Another joy goal is I want to pay cash for all of Jaden's acting activities. I've been able to keep him. Sorry. I meant to put his bark collar on totally spaced. His daddy's coming home, I think. So, please. I want to pay cash for all of Jaden's acting activities. So he does acting. He's been in one play quarter. Now he's old enough to be in a play every quarter, and he wants bigger parts. And I just found out today that voice lessons are $75 an hour. And I'm already paying for all the costumes, all the acting classes, all the theater shit, which he loves so much. And that brings me joy. Like, it makes my heart swell. His opening show is on Saturday, and he just found out yesterday that he gets to wear a mic. And you guys would have thought he'd won $1 million. Oh my God. And that just makes me swell. Like, so those are examples. So everybody's got their joy goals. And of course you can go back and change joy goals. You're going to work on this more, but I wanted to get some stuff hashed out so you'll have stuff to work with. So it's all about, what do you want? And the first really big question is, what do you want? Like, what do you want? And that's where you can hash out your goals and put them in the categories. And then on your paper next to number 1, I want those words that you visualized on your paper. So specifics. Why do you want that stuff? Is it for more time with your kids? Is it going to give you, the joy to bless other people's lives more freely? And then the second question is going to be number 2, how did I write this? My notes are funny. Oh, how would achieving your goal impact you? This joy goal, how would it impact you? What would you then be able to accomplish and do for yourself and others as a result of achieving this goal? Then below that joy goal, write down how this would impact you. Would it enhance your relationships? Would it bring you closer to your kids? Would it create, and if you don't have kids, spouse, friend, whatever. Oh yes. Which part do I need to, how would achieving your goal impact you? Would you then be able to accomplish and do for yourself and others as a result of achieving this goal? Below your joy goal on the second line, write down how this would impact you. Would it enhance your relationships? Would it bring you closer to your kids? Would it create lasting memories? And then write down how achieving your joy goal would impact you in your life. Third question. When do you want to achieve this joy goal? Do you need all year? Do you want it done faster? Like, Jaden wants to try it for Simba and the Lion King, so my ass better get on it because those auditions are in February. So May, so definitely put your goal down. And for me, this is always the hardest because this is when my heart starts to race. Because I'm like overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do it. And then that seems so fast. But if you don't jump, you won't do it. You need to have that date. You need to write down the date. Give yourself a deadline. In the 12-week year, we're encouraged to break down our year into quarters. And I like that. I break all my goals down into quarters. What is pretty cool is as coaches, we do the same thing. If you wrote down a deadline past March this year, you need to bump it up. Carissa May. They can be different ones. Some of your joy goals, like my Helping Hands joy goal, retire my husband. That's going to take me all year. But Jaden, I can do this quarter. And I probably need to think of another one that I can do this quarter as well. My beach party goals, I break down into quarters. Okay, perfect. Have that one fed and fib. Okay. The fourth thing is to put those first 3 questions together in a written statement. That is the beginning of your mission. And that is the beginning of your vision. So a concise written statement of what do you want, how achieving that goal would impact you, and when do you want to do it by. And this needs to be a complete sentence because this is going to be your vision, your mission, and you're going to have it all over the damn place. Post-it notes on your phone, on your bathroom mirror, in your car. Mine's on my steering wheel. Or was last year. I need to do this year's. And then, like I just said, you need to keep it visible so you can see it every day. And if you need to put your sentence together later too and go back to those, you totally can. So you don't feel like you have to do it all right now. I know I'm going kind of quickly. The next part is crucial because you're going to figure out how to turn this goal into reality. And this is often something I struggle with. I love to dream and I work hard, but sometimes I'm not doing the proper tasks for those goals. And action plans, writing that action plan can be difficult for me. But we're helping you with that. So next to the number 4 on that page, I want you to list what and who you need in order to accomplish this goal. And you're going to have to be as specific as possible. So if your goal is to be able to take your kids on a family trip once a year, what do you need in order to accomplish that? So maybe you're not on Instagram yet, and what you're missing is running ads on Instagram. Or what trainings do you need, or who can you lean on that can support you? Maybe it's a life coach. Maybe it's a business coach. This is going all with number 4. Because this is going to help you put your action plan in. That's why you wrote those questions. So yeah, what trainings do you need, or who can you lean on to support you? Maybe it's a life coach. Maybe it's a business coach. Maybe it's, a certain training. Maybe it's therapy. Kaylin just smiled at me because she's a therapist. Yes, maybe you need Kaylin. Jeanette runs trainings. Like, we can find people for you. Like, don't you worry. I do have this all written down. Yes. Tony's like, holy moly. I have it all written down and I can definitely post it. I just wanted to go over it because I feel like reading it when you haven't heard it is like, what in the okay, so definitely write down, take a little bit, write down what you need in order to, what you need in order to get these action plans happening. What knowledge do you need? What skills do you need to sharpen? And who can you utilize as support? You don't have to know all the things, and as much as we'd like to think you're perfect, I'm perfect, you have things that aren't as strong as your other things. I hate the word weaknesses because I feel like, no, I like to focus on my strengths, but I need to delegate out. Hence why Jillian and I work really well together, because we have completely different strengths. And, I reach out to other coaches. I've run trainings with other coaches. I have different types of success partners. Like, that is good. I hire out to do certain things. The next part is how much time do you need? And you can think about this time as in how many hours daily or weekly or monthly, whatever makes the most sense for you and for your coaches as you do this exercise with them. So I like to think of this as like with your 4 vitals and your daily power hour, like how much time do you need for inviting? Some people need less than others. If you're working towards a really big goal and you need to invite all the damn people, sometimes I spend 4 hours inviting. Like, how much time do you need for these goals? Huge goals. Love it. And you can think about this time as in, well, like I said in that, but for your coaches and as you do this exercise with them, that's why I broke that down, because or your friends, whoever you're doing this with. I think it helps to talk it out for sure. I'm sure my husband loves me talking about my goals all the time and my action items, but it keeps me really extra accountable. And I talk about it with my team all the time. How much time are you willing to give to what you need? And be realistic. We all have lives. We all have things. But if this means something to you, your joy goal and your Beachbody goal and your personal goals, like, you need to prioritize your time for this. Get a success partner if you don't have one. Get a mentor. Have your coaches, like I just said, to talk to about it, especially when there's like team goals, like ranking and things like that. You have to be talking to your people that you're working with, because that is really important. So they know what page you're on and they know you're being honest and they're there to work with you. It's way more fun to have somebody to do a goal with. So in Keyshawn's training, she said that expectations are the root of heartbreak. You can't expect to earn 6 figures and give this thing an hour. That's not realistic. We all know that, guys, and you're gonna have to give a little bit more. So how much time are you willing to give to what you need? Look back at your joy goal and realistically write down a number that would reflect the amount of time you actually have to dedicate to achieving this goal. Because it's not the only thing you're working on this year. Wouldn't that be rad? Look back at your joy goal and realistically write down a number that would reflect the amount of time you actually have to dedicate to achieving this goal. Did you need to go back even more, Donna? Or did that answer your question, lady? I can unmute you. There,
No, what you said, the expectations are what?
Oh, expectations are the root of heartbreak.
Isn't that for real?
I don't know, it makes me a little bit, because you can't, you have to be realistic. So it's a fine line between, dreaming really big and then being like, am I going to give the time for that goal?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. So next, it is time to begin crafting your to-do list. Oh, good. Yeah, I know Mackenzie was building stairs, but she said she was going to hop on when she could. The most common reason people don't reach their goals is because they don't know what to do. And like I said, they get overwhelmed and overwhelm themselves and get in their own head. And that's when excuses start. The most common reason people, like I said, I forget that one. Another reason they don't reach their goals is they don't know the order in how to do it. There's going to be discipline involved in doing it in the proper order. Put your to-do list activities and the actions necessary in order of priority. This is especially good for people who are doing this part-time. If you don't have a lot of time to devote, or you're doing this business in pockets of time, which I definitely do pockets, discipline and consistency. Make sure that you're doing this in an absolute order of those business producing activities first. So if you want to earn 6 figures, are you doing your 4 vitals? because scrolling on Facebook is not going to get you there. Sorry. Hi, Kens. Yeah, there's definitely discipline. I was like, did we already say discipline? But Jeanette just said it. And so definitely you have to do it in the proper order. Put your to-do list activities and the actions necessary in order of priority. Part-time, full-time's fine. But that's one excuse I hate is when people are like, I'm doing this part-time. Girls, I don't, except for when I worked, was working for Elite and that's all I was doing for like 2 weeks. I don't work. I think I told Brittany today, she asked how many hours I work a day. And I work probably 4 to 5 on average. And that's including my workout. Yeah, Jillian works 1 to 2 because she has a full-time job and a new baby. When I started, I worked probably 30 minutes to an hour outside of my workout. Because I did my workout at like 4 a.m. and then I did, you have to be extremely disciplined. That is the word. The third reason that I hear people are unsuccessful, all excuses, in regards to to-do lists is that they have had too much on their to-do list. Lists on lists on lists. Be mindful of not overwhelming yourself with having too much on your list. That's why all the lists are different kinds of lists, breaking it down. That's why we have 3 different goals. That's why it's important to begin to crack your to-do list now. One thing that it took, I feel like it's still taking me time to realize, is that I don't have to do everything. And I think a lot of us as coaches, because we wear so many hats, we think we have to do all the things all the time, right now. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Please don't. You won't get anywhere. That's why we have these trainings and these Zooms. That's why you have success partners and coaches and teams and challengers. There's tons of amazing trainings that are so simplified now in the back office. It makes me want to do a backflip. And you have all the people to reach out to. And if they can't find the answer, they'll help you find the answer. That's why I have a team page. I don't know all the damn answers. Do I wish? Mm-hmm. Yes. So, but work smarter, not harder. Like, you have to. You're going to burn out if you don't. And you don't need to create all new trainings. If you don't have time to run a challenge group by yourself, jump in mine and help me. Or if you want to do one with somebody else, do that. Run a free group with 2 other people. Like, don't. I know I spent a lot of time just saying all that, but it is really, really, really important. It doesn't have to be complicated. Coaching is not complicated. So use your team and your coach as a resource, like I just said. And your to-do list should be the most important things that will have a direct impact on you achieving your goals. This may be something you need to come back to when you have more time to focus. Like, obviously, I want you to, grab a cup of tea, pour yourself a glass of wine. If it's in the morning, coffee. I like doing it right after I read some personal development because my head's really clear and I'm feeling really pumped. And then you were going to do the same thing for personal goals. What'd you say? Yeah. No, I felt like I knew what to do when I worked full-time too. Oh, and why can't you wine in the morning? Is that bad? I did wear the tank top you gave me that said, oh my God, Donna just said the same thing. This is why you're on my team. Weird. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I don't drink wine in the AM. I mean, I do drink champs in the morning. I did a lot of my vacation. I was wearing the tank top today that says Rise and Wine when we worked out. Mimosas. Oh my God, I just saw an amazing tank top about mimosas and I have to post the picture. Yeah, bring Rise and Wine with you. Twinsies. Okay. Sorry. I love that caused questions. So what are personal goals? I'm not going to break it all down, but I'm definitely going to go over kind of what that goal means and give examples so it can get you thinking. Personal goals are things that will build pride and confidence in yourself. Maybe it's losing 30 pounds and overcoming emotional eating, which 2B mindset can't come soon enough for us emotional eaters. Maybe it's being more productive or knowledgeable in a certain subject. My personal goals are having enough savings and funds to be debt-free. We were real close, and because I like a lot of fun and I like doing things for others, we're definitely, yeah, we're not there yet. My husband just said no comment. We're just gonna ignore that real fast. So I wanna have extra money where I don't have to worry about fun things. We really wanna fix up and renovate this house. And I don't wanna just have funds when there's emergencies or something popping up, like my card that's gonna cost me a lot of money to fix, which is stressing me out. But I probably should do that after we do our next few fun things that have already been planned. Priorities. So you're gonna circle back around and do the same exercises for personal goals that you, and Beachbody goals that you did for joy goals. So that's why I had you write down those 4 numbers. So you'll plug 4 questions. You will plug these in to that. So how to achieve it, what to achieve. Okay, this is my favorite part. And I'm not gonna talk a lot about Beachbody goals. But I did wanna just hit on some. So I want to help 10 members of RAD, not just my personal coaches, become new diamonds. And my diamonds that have fallen that want to get back to there or further, I want to help them as well. And there were a bunch of girls that I was working with, you know, kind of, we were working in a cluster that have been working really hard, and I'm going to say their names because I'm really proud of them. And I know that it's really, really close for them. And I think it can be a little bit like when you didn't hit it at the end of the year, but they're so freaking close that I feel like with fresh new year and January, new quarter, that they can hit it this quarter. So that is Jen, Ashley, Megan West, Carissa, Kimberly, and Crystal, which some of you are on tonight, and we're really proud of you. A lot, really, really proud. And then because I just want to help you guys with your goals. Also, the elite requirements have changed this year, and they're freaking doable. Anybody that has elite on their vision board can do it. I will go over that at another time. I'm going to go live in the team page and talk about it because this is how ridiculous. I didn't think it was real. Like, I thought somebody had posted it and it was like a rumor that these were the new requirements, because they're a lot different and they're really, really attainable. And yeah, it really excites me because I feel like it's going to be exciting for you guys. And then my first quarter Beachbody goal is to finally qualify to start in my second business center so I can open up my third. I was really, really close, and I saw an oversight in December and missed it by a week. And then Elite 2019. Brad's going to be an Elite 2019 team for sure. Okay, so now back to my favorite part. Oh, and personal development in my Beachbody goal. Kind of personal too. See, they kind of overlap. But I want to read 2 books a month. Read or listen to 2 books a month. But one has to be like a reading paper book, at least 1 a quarter. And then 2 a month of anything else. And so that's 24 books a year. And I have my list. And I'm going to post it in RAD if we want to do a book club, or I'll read the same ones or whatever. Because I am excited about that. So the last part of this exercise is about letting go in order to move forward. I think it's really, really important. And it can get a little bit scary or yucky, but I think it's really as I said, it's important to be able to move forward to kind of throw out that junk. And that's why I talked about if you didn't hit goals, do not set those goals this year. List 2 disappointments and how they have helped define you. I would recommend it be just over this past year. I'm sure you can list more than just 2, but that's not the object. The object is to list 2 only and how they specifically helped to define you. Next, did people get that? Keep going. I'll give a second. Yeah, list 2 disappointments and how they have helped define you. I would definitely suggest strongly that it be over this past year. We can probably list way more than just 2, but that is not the object. The object is to list 2 only and how they specifically have helped define you. Next, list 2 of your greatest achievements over the past year. This is definitely, I think, the most important parts of this exercise. Next, I want you to write down 2 dominating thoughts. These are our limiting beliefs. So like your fears that you're thinking of all the time, that you need to tell to get the F out. And it's definitely easier said than done. So that's why we're gonna write it down. So make sure you're writing down your dominating thoughts. It's too much work. I don't have time. I don't look like the people reaching success. I'm not at my goal weight. I'm single. I don't have kids. All those things. So I want you to list those out and why do those thoughts control you? PD. Yep, that's why PD is important. Next is we need to figure out how to overcome these limiting beliefs. On the other side of those dominating thoughts, affirm yourself. So give yourself an answer to why that's not freaking true. Because it's not. So in closing, what impact do you want to make next year? How do you want to be remembered? What kind of impact do you want to make? I repeated that twice. Well, that's because what impact do you want to make next year and how do you want to be remembered? What will you and your team celebrate? And I don't care if your team is you right now. I don't. You're still a team. And it's not going to be just you. Why will this year be different? And lastly, I don't know why this one gets me choked up every freaking time. Probably my nose is running like a sieve. Just toilet paper, I think. I don't know if I have any Kleenex left. And lastly, what's the story that you're going to tell your family about 2018 and the future? You guys all have the power to be the person, to be the leader, to be the wife, to be the mom, to be the coach, and to have the team that you desire. Thank you. You have everything it takes right now to reach the goals and to achieve your vision. You are worthy. You are deserving. And you are absolutely, positively able to do this, regardless of what may or may not happen in the past. Or what has happened in this, just in the year, or growing up, like. And it doesn't even matter today, right now, because it's a new day. It's a new year, it's a new month. Okay, that's all. So it is gonna take time for you to go back and go over that. And I definitely recommend looking over these goals and kind of hashing them out and working with them every week. I like doing it on Sunday night before Monday starts. And that's when I write my letter to myself too. And it's kind of have to do with those and digging deep and being definitely specific. Do it all with intentions and really focus on those activities that you need to do in order and the time you need to spend. Does anybody have any questions? You can totally unmute yourself. No questions? Okay. I am gonna let you guys go. So, you said you're gonna share this. Yes, I'm gonna share it. And you Portland people are gonna get this all again. And I'm excited to see because Rachel and Shelly are presenting it. And I'm like, I wonder how different it's gonna be. Yeah, Laura, I'll share it because that's a lot. I just didn't wanna take, 10 years because I wanna give you guys time tonight. I'll share it right now. I'll get the recording going too. And once that's uploaded, I'll post it. And then I want you guys to be able to, if you have a few minutes tonight, since it's fresh, you can kind of go over and hash out your goals. And I will talk to you about this all the time. Like this, Jillian's team too, like anybody. I love to talk goals. It keeps me going. It keeps me focused. I love it. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on. It was so fun to see so many faces. Happy January. I'm so excited to see you guys, what you want, and see you crush the goals. Like, that makes me the happiest. So have an excellent rest of your night, and thank you so much for being on. And if you watch this recording, thank you for taking time. Good night.